Hi there. Google is making a pretty massive shift in how Google search is affecting Google local businesses. And I'm going to spend the next 15 minutes or less discussing what that shift is and what it looks like for your business. My name is Chris Jaquez. I own Too Tall Design here in Springfield, Missouri. We've been in business since 2007, serving businesses in Springfield and throughout the country. This is one of my favorite pictures is an iceberg. You know, it looks so massive in the oceans and you can see it above the water, but there is this recognition that below the waterline, the massivity is just that much huger, if that's even a word. I got two numbers here, 6% and 92%. Let me show you that. 92% of business owners believe that having a website is the most effective digital marketing strategy. And I got to tell you that 92% of business owners are wrong. In 2020, your Google My Business listing is going to be the most effective digital marketing strategy available to them. 6%, only 6% of small businesses' primary goal is to improve their search rankings. Small businesses seek new ways to increase traffic to their website, but very few are focused on improving their search rankings. Traffic to your website is going to be important, but what's more important is going to be visibility. You have to be visible in order to get traffic. 97% of people learn about local businesses online. That's where the prospects are coming from. If they don't see your business, they're not going to learn about your business. 75% of local intent mobile searches result in offline store visits within 24 hours. All that means is 3/4 of the people who type in doctor, plumber, chiropractor, lawyer, pizza, tacos, you name it, for their local area are going to go and visit that business within a few hours to the next day. The other 25% that are looking are going to end up probably visiting a business over the next week or so. People are not looking stuff up locally to make a decision long term. So again, visibility is important because it's urgent. People are going to type in a search, they're going to see a business, and they're going to decide what business to do with then, to do business with then. So here's the change that we're seeing with Google. Google is getting greedy with their traffic. I have a question for you. What business is Google in? Of course, the easy answer would be a lot of businesses. They're building a smart car and all kinds of crazy things. But what we know Google as is a search engine, but they're not in the search engine business. They're in the ad business. People are paying to have their ads displayed, and when they are clicked on by you and me to go to that business's website or business's online property, Google is getting paid. So what Google has done this last few months is they don't want to send people to your website or anybody else's website if they don't have to. Google's deprioritizing organic searches in result of favoring ads and what we call no-click searches. So what is a no-click search? This is where people search on Google and get the information they need without visiting a website. It's displayed for them right in Google. Here's two examples. On the left, you see the example for the weather. The whole first part of the screen there, everything that exists above the fold, one is a big ad, and the second is the weather data that I was looking for. It gives me time and temperature and 7-day forecast, and I don't ever have to go to weather.com, which I don't want to do because I hate weather.com because it's all full of ads. On the right-hand side of the screen is a search for Miami hotels. When I first built this slide deck, it was Super Bowl time, and I just thought, hey, let's look at hotels in Miami because that would be fun, right? And again, you can see all of this data, all of this information about hotels. You got pictures and prices and all where they are geographically there on the map without ever having to go to another website to get more information. No-click searches now account for 47% of all search queries. So, and if this is on a mobile screen and about 50% of all traffic locally right now is on a mobile phone. I mean, if you think about your own behavior, you're doing very little of your Googling on a desktop PC, you're doing a lot of your Googling from your device in your hand. So no-click searches could count for over 60% of mobile searches. Take a look at this. This is a search for a plumber in Kansas City. Notice the first part here is the Google Guaranteed. If you've never heard of Google Guaranteed, what Google does is they run a background check and then they make sure that your business meets local license and insurance requirement. So meeting those requirements then allows you to become a Google Guaranteed business, and then you can pay to be in this area here, even above the ads. So then you have an ad and then a second ad, and that's one whole screen of my phone. We go to the second screen, I can see the second ad, and then I get the actual Google Maps or Google My Business listings. Take a look at this. You got a call button, a call button, and a call button. There is no link to a company's website. The next screen full of results is top 10 lists, Consumer Affairs, Yelp, and Blogger Local. There is, again, no plumber website. So 3 whole screens, no plumber website whatsoever. So if I go back to these maps listings, I have geography and reviews to basically determine which plumber I'm gonna choose. 47% of no searches result in no clicks. So let's look at the math real quick. Let's take those plumbers. Before there was this spike in no-click searches, let's say one of those plumbers ranked number 1, and let's say there's 3,000 total monthly searches for plumbers in Kansas City. So we know based on data tracking that 27% of the visitors to that Google search engine results page will click on that number 1 ranking. That will generate 810 website visitors for that plumber. Of those 810 visitors, 41 of them will become customers, and of those 41, spending an on average $100 per plumbing call generates $4,100 in revenue. And if you take out the $1,500 a month that that plumber is spending on digital marketing, search engine optimization, then he's made $2,600 on this search engine position, which puts his ROI at 173%. Obviously, this is a very simplistic example. It doesn't take into account the plumber's own business expenses or anything like that, just simple math. So after this 47% search, no-click searches, we still rank number 1. There's still 3,000 searches a month, but 1,410 of those are never going to click on anything other than a call button. So that leaves only 1,590, and of course, you and I both know that there's screen after screen of stuff before they're ever going to get to an organic search engine result for the plumbers in Kansas City anyway. But the same 27% of those 50 searches is 430 visitors. And of those 430, then still only 5% become customers, which is 22, with the same $100 per customer average revenue is $2,200. When you take out the search engine optimization cost, this is $700. His ROI in 2020 for the same kind of digital marketing spend that he was spending last year is only going to be 47%. I mean, that's roughly a quarter ROI of what he was getting before. So, Google My Business has been around a long time. Before it was Google My Business, we called it Google Places, or they called it Google Places, Google Maps, Google Plus, Google Local, Google Business. It's been around for a while, but it is evolving and changing. The thing is, people will always want and need to speak to a local business at some point, and Google My Business is so important for your business because 46% of all searches have local intent. 93% of all local searches are now featuring Google My Business listings, and 68% of people contact a business directly from search results. So, if they're on a mobile device, in which we've already discussed, 50% of all web traffic is on a mobile device, all they have to do is tap a link, and they're calling you or your competitor directly from search results. So what we need then is social proof. How do we distinguish ourselves from others if we are visible? So when we're using Google My Business correctly, it can become a high-octane customer acquisition engine. That's because the people viewing your business are pre-sold on doing business with you, because one of the most persuasive assets a business has is social proof. What is social proof? That is the fact that other people that have done business with you and liked doing business with you. People do business with people that they know, they like, and they trust. How do you build liking and trusting into your Google My Business listing? With reviews. Reviews from trusted third parties like Google are at the core of buying behavior in 2020. 88% of people trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. I saw an Inc. magazine article today that said reviews are gonna continue to be more and more important. Google My Business, or Google, is investing big in Google My Business because they failed whenever they tried to build out a social platform like Facebook. They were trying to build a platform. Facebook has mastered keeping people on Facebook in order to maximize ad revenue, and that's why Google wanted a social network. They built Google Plus, they built something called Google Buzz, they built something called Google Wave. All three of them were failures. They are reimagining what it looks like to keep people on Google, and for a local business, Google My Business is it. Google is building a platform based on what their users are already doing. People are already searching for information, products, and services in their location. Here are some things that we have seen added to Google My Business in the last 12 months. You can post on your Google My Business listing just like you could write a blog post. People can ask questions, which anyone can answer publicly, including the owner of the Google My Business listing. They have integrated messaging into your Google My Business listing. And then customers can also book appointments directly on Google My Business. Notice how Google My Business allows people to take actions they used to only be able to take on your website. People don't need to visit your website anymore to call you, message you, ask you questions, post reviews, and find your offers and pricing. Of course, if you don't have that stuff on your Google My Business listing, they're not even going to be able to see that information either. How can you take advantage of Google My Business listing? I'm glad you asked. We have a 4-phase process that will change everything for you and give you new customers, more returning customers, and a plump bottom line. That 4-phase process is: number 1, optimize your Google My Business listing. All the features of your listing. Now take a look at this. Here's a quick list. This is all of the stuff that we go through when we optimize a Google My Business listing. Number 2 is citations. Citations are places on the internet, what we would call internet yellow pages, and they look like yellowpages.com, yelp.com, Bing, Yahoo. They all are places where you can find a business's name, address, telephone number, website, and other information about that business. So we have a process to build out citations that matches what we're doing on Google My Business. The third thing is the reviews. The reviews are going to be huge, so important to optimizing your Google My Business listing. We have a process that automates the reviews, allowing you to ask for your customers to give you reviews and get good reviews on your Google My Business listing. And we have a process that will ramp up the velocity of your reviews, because if you aren't getting consistent reviews, it affects your Google My Business listing visibility. And then our 4th phase is what we call our M3 formula, and we can dig into more about what that formula looks like and how that affects your Google My Business listing visibility on a phone call. Please call me. My number is 417-429-1179, or send me an email to chris@tootalldesign.com.